again to ATG Show, presented by Salami Training Group, the authorized exam center of Cambridge Assessment English and the main provider of Certiport International Company exams and certificates. This is me, Bara'a, and as usual, we talk about some issues related to English language learning. So, TOEFL and IELTS are two international exams that many students hope to or want to pass successfully. And today we have Mr. Hani Abdelhadi to talk about the differences between the two exams. Welcome, Mr. Hani.
Welcome, Ms. Bara.
So, Mr. Hani, if I ask you which is better, TOEFL or IELTS?
Well, first, let me thank you, Ms. Bara, for having me in this show.
Yeah.
And regarding your question, let me at first differentiate between the TOEFL and the IELTS. Both of them are international exams in the English language. If you are planning to study abroad in an English-speaking country, then you have to submit a score, whether in the TOEFL exam or the IELTS one. The main difference between TOEFL and IELTS is the TOEFL is American, and its focuses on the academic issues, while the IELTS is a British one, and it also focuses on the four skills of the language. Now, regarding your question, which is better, the IELTS or the TOEFL? Well, it depends on your personality. It depends on your skills, on your prior knowledge.
Yeah.
For me, lots of students, they keep asking me, which one is more difficult than the other, which one is easier, which one is better, which one is not better. So lots of questions, they keep coming and asking me these questions. To answer you, there is no specific answer to your question. Well, it depends on your attitude, it depends on your skills, it depends on your prior knowledge. For example, if you are familiar with the American culture, if you are familiar with the American accent, then the TOEFL is your right choice.
Okay.
However, on the other hand, if your accent is close to the British one, if you are familiar with the British culture, the British accent, then I guess the IELTS is your choice. That is much more better than the TOEFL.
Okay.
Now, both of these tests, they are international. They are the passport for applying for the English language universities in an English language country, speaking countries, of course.
Okay.
So, in my opinion, there is no way to join the university in an English language speaking country without holding the TOEFL or the IELTS.
Okay. Wouldn't it like if I ask you if you are going to scholarship in Britain, or okay, would you like to have IELTS or TOEFL? Which is better? This is
all right.
I mean.
Now, if you are having a scholarship in America or in Canada or in Australia, then the TOEFL is your choice.
Yeah.
However, in Europe in general, like France, like England, like Germany, like Italy, well, I think these countries like about 5,000 universities around the world, they demand the TOEFL, and about 9,000 universities around the world, they demand the TOEFL. So if you are joining, if you are holding, and if you are, for example, entering a university in Britain, then I guess the IELTS is your choice. However, there are some universities, some schools in Britain, they don't care about whether having TOEFL or the IELTS. For example, there is a scholarship that is called a Chevening Scholarship.
Yeah, Chevening. Yeah.
Chevening Scholarship, like every year, they need to submit, they want you as an applicant to submit your score, whether in the TOEFL or in the IELTS. It could be like an ITB or an BBT or an IBT, the modern one.
Yeah.
So, to answer your question, in Britain, I recommend students with the IELTS, not the TOEFL, because it's much more general. It focuses on like general training. However, the IELTS focuses on only academic English. There is no general in TOEFL.
So, thank you. So again, what do you think is the order of skills tested in each exam?
The skills in the TOEFL are ordered as follows. At first, TOEFL has many versions. Yeah. There is the IBT version, and there is the PBT version, and there is the ITB version.
Yeah.
The most common one, and this is the modern one, which is called the IBT, stands for Internet-Based TOEFL. Internet-based TOEFL, the skills are at first listening, then reading, then speaking, then writing. So, however, on the IELTS, there are only there are 4 sections, the same sections, the skills of the language. Section number 1 in the IELTS, of course, section number 1 is listening. Section number 2 is reading. Section number 3 is writing. Section number 4 is speaking. Now, the section of speaking in the IELTS, you can have or you can take the test of speaking like in a separate session. It's not necessary. You can have it like, for example, after the written one or before the written one.
Yeah.
So the 3 skills is listening, reading, and writing at the same session. However, speaking you can have it before or after those skills. The same thing is for the TOEFL. Of course, both of these skills focus on the 4 skills of the language.
Yeah.
Both of them. The duration of the test, the TOEFL is almost like 4 hours. 4 hours. However, the IELTS 2 hours and 45 minutes. So I guess like the TOEFL is much more longer than the IELTS one.
Okay. What do the IELTS and TOEFL examine for students, like to say?
To answer this question, they examine the language. Me, as an applicant, if I need to join a university outside, then I told you before, it is an obligatory for me to have the TOEFL or the IELTS. So what do they test? It's simple. They test the 4 skills of the language. They go deep inside the language. Okay. Don't you ever think it is easy or, for example, a piece of cake for you just like to pass the TOEFL just like that. No, it's not like that. It's hard and it requires effort and it requires time. It requires, for example, lots of studying and lots of practicing and lots of everything. So in order to ace those skills, like you have to work hard. What do they examine? They examine your listening skill. They examine the ability of speaking. They examine the comprehensive and how much do you know about the reading section, how much vocabulary do you know, how many words do you know in English and how they are related. And regarding the writing, can you write well? Can you write perfectly well? Now, when I say well, no, perfectly well, because in the IELTS section there are like 2 tasks. 2 tasks in the writing section. Each task, like for example, like half an hour, 30 minutes, half an hour. So they examine the 4 skills, whether you are good at them or not. So saying the word good is not enough, whether you are like a master of them or not.
Okay. So what about fluency and accuracy? Is it for
Of course, you have to be accurate and you have to be fluent. For example, the speaking section. The speaking section in the TOEFL, you sit in front of a screen, you sit in front of a computer, and you start talking to a computer, to a voice, like a voice commands, and you answer. That's it. However, on the IELTS, you sit in front of like a foreigner, like face to face, in person. He asks, and you answer. As simple. And you don't have to be like slow speaker. You don't have to be. You mustn't be a like slow speaker. All what they care about like fluency and accuracy. You have to be accurate in your grammar. You have to be accurate in your fluency. You have to be accurate in your language flow. You have to be accurate about everything because every word counts. Every word counts.
Okay.
All right.
So, what should I, as a student, expect from both exams?
As a student, well, I should expect lots of things. I expect hard language. I expect tough language. I expect for example, a sequence of order. I expect knowledge. I expect understanding, like the full 100% full of understanding the language. So if you need to sign up for a TOEFL or the IELTS, make sure that you can ace it, because at first it is costly. It will cost you money. Then it will take your time. It will take your effort. So Me, as a learner, I have to practice. I have to make sure that I'm 100% ready. Readiness is something good. You have to be 100% ready before signing up to those tests. So I expect hard language. You are swimming deep inside the language.
Yeah.
Don't expect like something easy or a piece of cake. Don't expect a cat or a woman or a man's, like simple words like these.
Yeah.
Okay? You expect, for example, like questions with 4 possible answers, like choosing. Now you are going to decide which one is true and which one is not true.
Yeah.
However, when reading those 4 possible answers, you cannot decide. You cannot end up with making a decision which one is the true and which one is the false, because like from the first look, they are all true.
Yeah.
They are all true,
Yeah.
and you cannot decide. So you have to be accurate. You have to expect every single point that is hard and that is difficult. I'm not telling you this to frighten audience, to make students of English like scared before. No, I'm telling you this, and I'm telling them this in order just to be ready and to expect the worst,
Okay.
not the easy one.
Okay. So what about the writing session of each exam? What is it like?
A time.
Writing.
Writing.
Yeah.
All
Writing
right.
session.
Okay. Regarding writing section in the TOEFL, at first you hear, for example, you listen to a topic. Any topic. It could be about nature, it could be about industry, it could be about politics. You listen to an audio.
Yeah.
And after that, you read a passage. All right, a passage that is like 2 paragraphs passage, a paragraph. So when reading a passage and listening to an audio, I am quite sure that you ended up with an idea what are you listening to and what you are reading about.
Yeah.
Reading and listening, they are about the same topic.
Yeah.
After that, you are given a question. You have to answer this question, related question, of course. Related question,
Of the
you have
audio?
to answer it after the audio and after in the TOEFL, of course.
No, is the question about the audio and the passage, or?
You are listening to, for example, a topic.
Yeah.
You are reading about a topic, the same topic.
Yeah.
But not the reading, it's about the listening. No.
Yeah,
Like a different topic.
Yeah.
The same topic, but different words, of course,
Yeah.
paraphrasing. And after that, you are given a question, you have to answer this question. Not 1 line or 2 lines. No, you have to write an essay
Yeah.
about that topic.
Yeah.
You are not allowed to use same sentences as you read about, like like stealing or for example coding from
Copying.
or exactly copying sentences from the passage or memorizing sentences from the audio. No, you have to paraphrase the whole thing.
Yeah.
On the other hand, there's an IELTS.
Yeah.
Told you before, the IELTS section, it's hard, it's tough. 2 tasks. Task 1, there is a graph, there is a chart. It could be like a circle, arrows, timetable, numbers, data, something like that. And you have to describe this timetable in words.
Yeah.
For example, you are looking at a picture. It could be about food, how many graduates in, for example, in English department in 2005 and 2020, 15 years, all right? So you have to compare between the graduates, like in 15 years. You are turning the whole thing into words, into sentences. That is in task 1. It's about like 30 minutes, no, 25 minutes to be accurate. However, task 2, in the IELTS, you are given like a topic, write about, for example, globalization, write about, for example, the COVID-19 and the effects of COVID-19. So you feel free. The score of the IELTS, for example, they have you to be accurate. You gotta be accurate in every word. There's no way to commit mistakes, no way to make mistakes about grammar, about like structure mistakes. No. All what you have to do is when I read this, I expect like academic writing. Academic writing, like those writing in books and like in school books and in university books. No way for mistakes. If they found mistakes, there would be like consequences.
Oh,
So-
okay. So what about the scores? What score do students need to pass?
Score.
Yeah.
Scores are varied, okay, from place to place. At first, it depends on the place that you are going to. Okay, some universities outside, they require IELTS, as I told you, no less than 6.5 out of 9.
Yeah.
The top mark is 9. So, if you got 6.5 out of 9, you are admitted. Okay, you pass. That's it. Some universities, they demand, like, for example, like 5.5. I have never seen colleges or places they demand like 5. No, because 5 is not good.
Yeah.
Okay, you're not like an English language computer. No, you can't do this. So, in my opinion, you have to get 6.5 and above.
Yeah.
Regarding the TOEFL, there is an ITB TOEFL. The ITB TOEFL, that is the written one. You are having a paper and you are holding a pencil, and there is a, like, for example, like test book, and there's an answering sheet and so on. Then you read the question in the test book and you have to copy your answer on the answering sheet holding a pencil. A pencil only, not a pen, not an eraser, a pencil. Okay? So the ITB score is out of 670. 670. So some that is called ITB Institutional TOEFL Program. Institutional. So when I say institutional, it means that you're not allowed to take this score outside with you. They don't take it anymore. Okay. So if you're traveling to America, then make sure the ITB is away. Make sure to have the IBT, not the ITB. IBT, like internet-based TOEFL. And the top mark of the internet-based TOEFL is 170. 170. Some versions, they take it 180, but not all versions. So the medium mark is 170. And in my opinion, if I need to recommend my students what score to get, like, it should be higher, like more than 120 in the IBT one. Okay.
So how can I, as a student, improve my chances of passing these exams?
Miss Bara, the answer is simple.
Yeah.
Practice makes perfect.
Yeah.
That's it, like 3 words. Remember them. Practice makes perfect. The more you study, train, and practice for either test, the better you will do.
Yeah.
Like, if you need help with the written portion of the TOEFL or the IELTS, you can go online and you will find there like millions of tests online. Like, once you click on submit, your score is immediately shown on the screen. So don't go there. Don't go to the session of the test. Don't sign up for a test unless there's a training, unless there is studying, like, for example, making time, creating time, like, and making big effort, massive effort. So the more you practice, the better you are in the TOEFL. So try to find some time. Try to go online. For example, answering models and watching videos. You can go to the YouTube. You can find out the format of the TOEFL. As I told you, is different from version to version.
Yeah.
So make sure what version you are going to, and get 100% ready to that version. Okay? That's it.
So practice makes perfect.
Of course. Like, this rule, you can apply this rule like for whatever you need to.
Yeah, in life.
Not only for the TOEFL and the IELTS.
Yeah, in life at all.
Of course.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Hani.
You're welcome, Ms. Bara.
And today's challenge is record yourself saying these tongue twisters 5 times as fast as you can. 4 fresh fish for you. And don't forget to send your records to Salam Training Group Facebook. Thanks, Mr. Hani, for being here.
You're welcome. Not at all. Thank you.
Thanks for watching.